2 weeks ago, during the chaos or serious crisis of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, Biden felt the timing was oh so perfect to announce a new executive order on cryptocurrencies. Now, some would say the timing here was weird, but you and I know the exact timing on this is exactly what they wanted. The end of the executive order is what's most interesting. It says, quote, explore a U.S. central bank digital currency, CBDC, by placing urgency on research and development of a potential United States CBDC should issuance be deemed in national interest. Now, Biden can't force the Fed to start implementing a digital dollar, but he can urge them into action by declaring it a priority. This is what he's announcing. He's also trying to make it appear as if this is something new, as if the Fed hasn't already been working on it, and our Treasury Department. Spoiler alert, it's almost already here and done. Biden requested progress report within the next 6 months. That means we could see something major by as early as September. If they're already doing behind the scenes work, as Biden says, it's going to be scary because there already has been a lot of work. We got it all ready to roll out. Let me show you a collaborative effort between the Boston Fed and MIT. They have already claimed to have created the code for the U.S. digital dollar. It's called Project Hamilton. It's out in the open. The name is significant as Hamilton was the first to advocate for a central bank. Make no mistake, the digital dollar is all about centralization and control. That's why they say in these projects, we can't use blockchain because we need to be able to see. It's the opposite of what digital currencies like Bitcoin were created for. Keep in mind, Biden's executive order a couple of weeks ago asked the Fed to solve the digital dollar puzzle. But the Fed has already announced they've solved it. You can go to their website and even collaborate on code writing. The entire 35-page white paper is published online. So, what did they come up with? It's exactly what we feared it would be. Blockchain makes Bitcoin a juggernaut in privacy and decentralization, but the new digital dollar doesn't use blockchain. The Hamilton system, controlled by the Fed, verifies all transactions. There would be a record of everything you spend your money on. Okay. There'd be no privacy. Okay. And the Fed is your banker. There would also be no auditing of what the Fed does with the money. They could generate $10 trillion and give it to Hunter Biden and no one would ever know. Well, there would be a rush on hookers and cocaine, so we might figure that one out. Financial experts are already screaming that this will be the end of the banking system. If you've already tried to decouple from the large banks and gone to local small banks and credit unions, the digital dollar will destroy them. Now, with that said, also the big banks. But who cares? Because the big banks just have fancy names like Bank of America. They're all owned by the Fed. It's one group. This audience helped tank the appointment of Biden's secretary of his Treasury pick, Saul Almarova. She had written papers on the need to end the banking system. She wanted to make the Fed the issuer of all bank loans. Well, if the Fed is your banker and small banks would die a painful death, I guess that job could be done. We didn't know at the time if she would have done it if appointed because we didn't know about Project Hamilton. Almarova was forced to withdraw, but the system is being built regardless. I said earlier that central bank digital currencies are essential for the Great Reset. The digital dollar is the ultimate enforcement mechanism for anyone who doesn't go along with whatever they say. This is the Canadian system that they used against the truck drivers, except they don't need any special emergency orders. Last year, the Bank of England asked Parliament to clarify how they wanted their digital currency to operate. More specifically, if it should be programmable. What does that mean? Well, that means the government can tell the central bank to restrict people from purchasing certain things. Or if they want to get the economy going, hey, there's a time limit on that money that you have in the bank. It's all going to disappear by midnight tomorrow night. So go out and shop. Or we can do things for health. Those sugary drinks are making people fat, and you're kind of fat because we have all your records, so no more soda for you. Guns are a threat. Don't worry. We'll just shut off all of the coins that would be used to buy ammunition or guns. This is happening in all businesses. A business that won't lower their carbon footprint, we can just turn off their electricity. The head of the Bank of England said, quote, "There could be some socially beneficial outcomes from that, preventing activity which is seen to be socially harmful in some way." Wow. Imagine being a parent speaking out against CRT at the school board. They wouldn't have to do any investigation or arrest you or anything. As the moment somebody says that that group of parents is a terrorist cell, all of your banking power and buying power of anything is gone. This is the power of a central bank digital programmable currency. It is the ultimate checkmate for the Great Reset. And if you think what is going to happen going on in the UK won't happen here, I want you to hear from a senior vice president and economist at the St. Louis Fed. He was asked very specifically if the digital dollar would restrict how or what we spend our money on. In other words, programmable. Watch what he said.
Yeah, I mean, in life, one can't give absolute assurances of anything. But if I understand the question correctly, I think the caller is concerned about the potential, privacy that would be associated, say, with a government sort of digital currency. This is an ongoing debate that we have all the time about how much privacy is desirable. I mean, there's a bit of a trade-off here as well, because we don't know, for example, what sort of entities might make use of these central bank digital currencies for nefarious purposes, say to finance terrorist activities. So, we might want the government to monitor certain types of transactions as well. And, we see this in the anti-money laundering laws and the KYC laws. So there's a trade-off. One can't give assurances for sure, but I think what we can be assured of is that Congress will respond to the electorate's concerns, and this is kind of the best we can hope for.
Congress is going to respond to you and me. No, they're not. Can I just ask a question? We all understand terror. You would just come out and say, if I was asked that question, I'd say, well, there's already some things that we watch for money laundering, et cetera. But getting involved in what people buy or sell, or no, we have no interest in that. That's really easy. That's a really easy question to answer. You notice he didn't answer that question. He rambled on for a minute and a half about privacy concerns, which he all but admitted there will be no privacy. So everything scary coming out of the UK with their digital currency is exactly what's being planned here.